much, Larry. We are about 15 miles west of downtown Phoenix at University of Phoenix Stadium here in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. First carry now for Doug Martin. Stopped shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Second down and 4. Play fake to Martin. Now Jameis. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, that was a Deshaun Jackson special, wasn't it? Deep downfield for a big play. But truthfully, if he catches it short, he can turn it into a long gainer, can't he?
Just such a big play receiver last year. 17.9 yards per catch, and that was tied for the league lead.
He's going to open up the offense in a big way in Tampa.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2nd down following the run. They run it again with Martin. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
An extra DB added here for the Cards on 3rd.
Blitzer play coverage.
To throw is Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the former Arizona Wildcat Folk gets this one to go. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So they come into enemy territory. Nice drive to start the game, but they probably wanted 6. They only got 3.
I agree with you totally. That's the expectation. When you get the ball and you start moving it and you're rolling, you think you're going to end up in the end zone. But they should be happy with the 3. A good way to get things going here in this game.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable. And you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Palmer now to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Now that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on 3rd down to force the incompletion to set up 4th. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. Again, it's Martin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. A first down throw for Winston. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Second down, Winston. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, you better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Josh Bynes not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Palmer gets him set. 3rd and long for the Cardinals after the sack. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down. Now Palmer on 3rd and long. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it just shy of the 35. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got room. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now Palmer to throw on 2nd down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Palmer. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Levante David coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Palmer and the offense staying put. They're going to try for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Palmer. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brent Grimes. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
You're looking there, the defensive back was maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
First down, here's the run with Martin. And some room to maneuver. There goes Doug Martin. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Doug Martin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now to return, this is David Johnson. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Reminder that coming up later tonight in the national window, we'll see the Giants travel out to Denver to take on the Broncos. And then tomorrow night, it's the Colts and Titans, an AFC South battle from Nashville.
Both of them have designs on winning that division.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And Palmer gives to Johnson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Throwing now, Palmer on first down. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it a second down. And he is the NFC reigning offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
On 1st and 10, it's Palmer. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Craig Robertson coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. On 2nd down, Palmer. Caught right side, Jerron Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there. On 1st down, it's Palmer. This throw caught right around the 6. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from the desert after this. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They go back to the ground with Johnson. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Palmer. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Buccaneers have it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. They'll throw on 1st down here with Palmer. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Palmer will throw. A quick hitter complete. It's Nelson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Throwing again here, Palmer. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Levante David in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. On third down, Palmer. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. From the shotgun, it's Palmer. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we send you on down to our studios in Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs. Now Palmer on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Chris Baker able to use that strength and get him for a loss of 2. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Palmer. And he's going to go down again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Palmer gets him set. 3rd and long for the Cardinals after the sack. Operating from the gun, Palmer. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. It's Justin Evans, the rookie from Texas A&M. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They try to fire up the running game with Martin. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get him started again occasionally.
On second down, Martin fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Jameis to throw it. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Chandler Jones in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
We always talk about what a bonus it is for a running back who's able to catch the ball downfield. Well, David Johnson started his college career as a wide receiver before transitioning. He's got it all.
Well, it showed last year 80 catches from that running back position led the NFL. The tight end Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Now Johnson, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
On 3rd down, Palmer. And he's got Fitzgerald. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
I know that throughout his career, Carson Palmer has caught a little bit of grief along the way about winning big games and being consistent. But I noticed that when he doesn't connect with Larry Fitzgerald until the second half, their team's behind.
Absolutely not a good recipe. And we were wondering, we said at halftime, they've got to get on the same page.
He is very important to his team. I would say vital. Carson Palmer finding Larry Fitzgerald, that's the winning edge for them.
Now it's Palmer. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Noah Spence in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Palmer gets him set. 3rd and long for the Cardinals after the sack. From the gun, Palmer. And the pressure gets to him again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And all the way to the opposite 48. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. And even 40 yards. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Winston gives to the tailback, Martin. And now running right through him. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation. From the gun, Winston. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now Palmer to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And they still need 8 yards for the 1st here on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Palmer under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Palmer. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. Winston on 3rd and 2. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And got his man complete. And all the way to the opposite 49-yard line. A big play for the Bucs there on 3rd down. And even 40 yards. Jameis now on 1st down. He sets to fire deep. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. The Bucs on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw, Winston. He's got Evans. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. Winston with a give to Martin. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Winston here to throw. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. O.J. Howard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now Palmer. Quick hitch, complete. It's Nelson. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Palmer cool under pressure as he rallies his guys to the line of scrimmage. Now it's Palmer. And his throw is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Out of the gun, Palmer. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a fourth down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. Here we go. It's Palmer on fourth down. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bucs have just about wrapped up the victory. So out come the Bucs now, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Shift together here from the D-line. They run. Martin. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Doug Martin, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Now Folk for the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Palmer gives to Johnson on the draw. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now they'll throw it with Palmer. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that left.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jerron Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. And they will line up now for the 2-point try. In motion left, the tight end. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. They get the conversion. And, Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit. It
does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Partner, a pretty solid, convincing win here in this one. We did have some excitement down to the very end, though. This game ended on a rare onside kick, but they didn't recover it.
And they were in great shape anyway, but going ahead and recovering, finishing things off, being part of that good hands team, it's an honor, but you want to make sure you do actually recover the ball.
Well, I'm just glad that it gave us a little something there at the end because this one was over beforehand.
You're right. You're exactly right. Down the stretch, last one. Yeah, that gives a little something to bounce out of here on.
So for Tampa Bay, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Arizona, it'll be their first loss of the season. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.